Hey everyone, it's Matt with Redline Studios in New York City, here with another Way Back Wednesday. Way Back Wednesdays are when I revisit past productions, pitch meetings, or post-edit room events to use as teaching tools for young film and television professionals to gain knowledge from. Many of these videos will take a look at problems I encountered as a producer and how I dealt with them and how I put out potential fires. Today's Way Back Wednesday moment is taken from the Seinfeld shoot that never happened. I'm revisiting one of my all-time favorite shoots, or at least one that almost happened. Years ago, our company was hired to produce promotional videos and commercials for none other than Jerry Seinfeld, tied to the DVD release of his final 2 seasons of his outstanding show, Seinfeld. Now, the first question everyone asks is this: how do you land a gig like that? Honestly, it's what I always preach: small world networking, doing great work, and carrying yourself with pride and integrity. Because one good job always leads to another. Now, this all started way back when my longtime friend and collaborator and director of photography, Neil Stevens, a super talented guy, got a call from an old client of his. They needed a production company to handle pickups for a mob comedy called Meet the Mobsters. It was actually a really good overlooked film about a lounge singer who works for the mob delivering hit messages via his lyrics. It's kind of a hidden gem of a film, and you really should check it out. Our company had a very small role in that production when they needed to do some reshoots here in New York. We had to pull that shoot together pretty fast, finding locations, hiring crew, coordinating a big cast that included several big names from The Sopranos. I even remember donating our company's location insurance to help the production stay afloat. Something my wife was absolutely not thrilled about at the time, because I was essentially giving away something of value for free. But that small act of goodwill did come full circle years later. That same client eventually called again, this time with something pretty wild. They needed us to recreate the Soup Nazi set from Seinfeld for a live broadcast event in a public square with Larry Thomas himself, the real Soup Nazi, serving soup to fans. It was a massive promo shoot for the DVD launch backed by Sony Pictures. We built that set to last, using 2x4s, Luan panels, and restaurant-grade materials sourced from the New York City restaurant district. It even had to function like a real kitchen because, yes, the soup was real. And here's a quick filmmaking tip about that. Only build what your camera is going to see. If you're shooting in 2 directions, don't waste time and money building a third wall that you'll never see. I remember on this set, it's exactly what we did. We were seeing 2 directions, and so we built 2 walls. We finished that set, and it looked perfect, and we were ready for the big morning shoot with a major news network. But then, the night before, Michael Richards. You probably remember the infamous incident at the comedy club where he used a racial slur on stage. By the time the morning sun was up, the network had already pulled the plug on our entire project. The entire thing got scrapped. No shoot, no promo, just a beautiful set sitting there in an empty square where you usually see tourists come and try to get on camera for a moment on the news. Yeah, well, all they found was no Soup Nazi, but just a set full of cold soup. Now, thankfully, everyone still did get paid, but it was a brutal reminder. In this industry, you can do everything right and still lose the day to something completely out of your control. But there are some takeaways that can be learned as we look way back on this Wednesday. Do great work, build strong relationships, take pride in what you do, because sometimes, even when your project burns down, at least it's not your own fault. I hope you enjoyed this Way Back Wednesday revisit of a project from our archives and found the information and advice helpful. If you have more questions about this specific shoot or any production you see featured on our website at www.redlinestudios.net, I encourage you to write us at insideredlinestudios@gmail.com.